So where are we going?
We're going on a field trip. See, we're going to the ghost town of Lee Hunt, Kansas. Lee Hunt was a town built around a cement factory in 1905. Well, bad business. 1915 rolls around, it gets abandoned. We've got quite a few things out there. We're gonna shut the fuck up, Siri! They've got abandoned smokestack. I think there's an abandoned cemetery we're gonna check out. We're gonna see what's out there, explore a little bit, maybe some spooks. And then later tonight, we're gonna talk about ghost stories, our own personal paranormal encounters. Behind me is Lee Hunt, Kansas, a ghost town. What is a ghost town? A town with nobody in it. Has nothing to do with ghosts, but there is a cemetery in this town, and hopefully me and Bryar can find it. Let's go. Come on over here. It looks like we found some foundation. I was told, by that I mean I read, that there's going to be lots of foundations for a lot of these old buildings, but it's going to be kind of hard to discriminate what they were used for. And I'm also kind of a so I don't know shit about housing. There's multiple here. Look, there's 1, 2, 3. There's one back there. This kind of intercedes on some other property too, so I'm not gonna go too far over here. There's also barbed wire, but okay. This is about the state we're expecting to see things, and just keep our eyes out. 2 facts you read about when you hear about Lee Hunt. So when I was searching, you find 2 facts pop up. That a man named Tom Mix was a silent actor who was a cowboy in a lot of movies, was actually the real-life marshal of Lee Hunt, Kansas. And then the other fact is that there's a myth kind of surrounding Lee Hunt about how whenever the cement plant was first constructed, that apparently that a man was buried in cement in the plant. That might be the ghost we're after. So what is the story about the man buried alive in Montgomery County's ghost town? In 1905, the United Kansas Portland Cement Company began construction of this cement factory and raised a company town around it. One of these people who would come to build this factory was a Mexican immigrant remembered by the name Boer. One job he was doing was putting up walls. Constructing these walls entailed putting up frames and rebar for cement to then be poured into to create the walls. But one day while putting up these walls, while he was doing work within the frame, they started pouring the cement into the section he was in. The others tried to scream for help and get him out, but Boer was stuck, possibly tangled up on the rebar or possibly having had crawled into a spot he was in. Unfortunately for Boer, help came too late. With the amount of time he spent under the cement, they all knew he was gone. The story goes that they elected to leave his body in the factory walls and engraved a plaque for the man. Here are the pictures of the plaque with the name Boer inscribed. Unfortunately, we could not find it on this trip, and from what people who have been there before said, it seemed like it was weathered to nothing, and that was like years ago. So, who knows what's there now? We didn't find it, unfortunately. Forgot our fucking bug spray, man. Our bug spray. You always remember bug spray. There's some foundation right here. Sidewalk, possibly. I guess it is a cement factory. So we're seeing a bunch of cement foundation around a cement factory. That just clicked for me, I guess. Houston, why is there so much cement out here? It's a cement factory. There's gonna be cement. That's actually how it goes, right? This is, honestly, this was like a victory lap once we're up here. Ooh, that is a deer blind, ladies and gentlemen. But also, don't shoot. Oh, here we are. I'm not gonna lie, guys. That whole long straight there, that was, that felt like something that could have been like, at the end of that, it was nothing. Feels a little ancient.
Yeah.
Over here to the right, we've got all these pillars that were holding up some kind of platform above the ground. It's looking derelict. When we find the cemetery, you know, that'll be the place where for 10 years straight, whoever lived here, you know, their family members that had passed, which, you know, is a lot more of a common occurrence in 1905. That's where their family members would go. So, I'm expecting to see some pretty old tombstones. Guys, I think we're going in. Yo, I can hear, oh, it's a jet going overhead. That's bad timing, man. That's bad timing. I was like, I'm about to walk in this room and I hear, I'm like, come on. Did you just break through the ceiling? There's foundation on the ground. Okay, look, I'm out in the woods all the time and I'm never scared by branches falling. I'm never unnerved by acorns, you know what I mean? Like, I know what's in the trees and that's what makes noises, and it's actually pretty serene. When I'm surrounded by cement walls, it is the opposite of serene. It's just like when you see it, when it's like a cement wall with a backdrop of trees, it kind of,
Yeah.
you feel like you're in a arena. That's what it's kind of giving. But this would have been probably a work floor, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This was for the Instagram. Thank you very much. My brain goes too realistic, okay? We're out here for a Halloween episode, and I'm not like, there's no little Chuckies I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of a property owner.
Yeah.
And then that's honestly why Chucky gets us, right? Is that we're like, oh man, I hope we don't get in trouble with the law for this. And then a fucking 8-foot, Bigfoot demon fucking kills us. I'm just saying, I think I'd save this. I think the two of us could handle a Bigfoot demon monster.
Definitely. The issue is I want to get that shit on camera, so it'll all be you.
The cameraman survived.
You want to take this for a second?
That's a smart idea, Bryar. Hello.
It seems people have been in here before to graffiti and party. And
Maybe there'd be some forgiveness that we're
We're
just
not doing that.
documentarians. I swear I'm just a documentarian, don't hit me.
this thing just keeps going, too.
Hello world. We're 30 minutes into our hike. We mostly just passed by all the factory you guys just saw, but around this corner right here, we have found the fucking cemetery. I thought we were in a honeypot and we were all gonna die, but here it is. Just a beautiful sight,
It is.
you know? Go out in nature, guys. Touch grass. It's actually good for you. Yo, should I keep counting? 1891.
This place is definitely maintained, which is nice.
I would say there's like 18 graves here. 19 behind this tree. Maybe 20. I didn't realize that was a headstone. Trees around here. These are mushroom hunters. What kind of mushrooms is that, Bryar?
One you don't want to eat.
Somebody graffiti on the back of this headstone a smiley face. Not your grave. Maybe don't do it. But on the other, I have a policy about drinking in cemeteries. I've been to funerals where people drink in cemeteries. Some people don't like it, but if I was in a box underground for the rest of my life, and then every now and then my ancestors would come and drink and party with me, that sounds like the goal. You know, don't just like leave me alone and be somber all the time. There's more foundation over here off the side of the cemetery. I mean, any guessing what this stuff could have done, you know, or been. Assuming when the headstones were put. But maybe it was like one of those situations where the town's small enough, it's, you know, you just put your cemeteries next to the town. Sometimes in towns. Some scat. We love being in the woods. There is scat and spiders. I don't know. What else is a Kansas cryptid known for? Do you know, Bryar?
Not off the top of my head. Kansas kind of gets the short end of the stick when it comes to a lot of the cool
That's
stuff.
very true. Yeah, with the Wizard of Oz. Oh shit, bro.
That's the one
The
thing.
Tin Man's gonna fuck me up, bro.
That's the one thing we have is
You
everybody says.
Have to
Wizard
keep
of
your
Oz.
eyes peeled. The flying monkeys could be anywhere. It's always funny to be in Kansas and then somebody say something about Kansas that isn't from Kansas and then they quote, well, "You're not in Kansas anymore." And it's always just like, you gotta give them the fucking boomer stare, bro.
That is what it's like.
I don't get it.
He's right about that. That's for sure. If you're watching this and you're not from Kansas, stop making that joke to Kansans when you meet them. They don't find it funny.
I mean, some people did. There's plenty to see. So now we're back here. Do you want to get the wash offs?
I don't know, just some things.
Get any footage of you? You want me to get some shots of you?
I don't.
Personal use?
I don't need to be in them. I don't think.
That wasn't me. I called
Just-
you Bryar multiple times. And it's your voice.
Just,
Voice changer. I did VO.
I feel like I'll detract from the video as a whole. You know, like the heat maps in YouTube videos where it shows where most people have been. The point right after I get out of frame would be the highest point. It'd be like everybody just skip right past
Cameraman
it.
thinks that, bro. They're always a fan favorite.
We'll see. There's the smokestack.
Wait. Did we miss it? Was it right here? Oh my god, did you finally see it?
I can't get it on camera because of the sun. It's literally right there.
Make it quick. Alright, we're good.
Good thing I stopped recording you and turned to admire the.
I know.
We were literally just right here.
I know. I can't believe it.
We didn't see it the first time.
Well, this... Can you make this?
It's still pretty far back there.
It's not too bad. It's like right over here. Fellas, it's time to go hardcore parkour. There's probably a better way to get
Cool.
up here.
I'm gonna go walk around over there where it's low.
Wait, huh?
He's hurting himself over there. I hear it.
Wow. All hope was lost. Now it is regained because we have found more cement, guys. The cement factory, that's concrete, baby. We got the look. This the money shot. Oh yeah. That's the kind of shot I didn't think I was gonna see. I didn't expect it like that. That's crazy looking. That's kind of dangerous to be near.
Yeah. There's like a whole bunch of it missing in the middle. I don't think you guys can
I think
quite.
I knew that already, but
make
I guess
out what's
being
going
underneath
on.
it and seeing how high it is, you don't. This is a damn tower.
Yeah, it's tall and hollow and broken. I mean, if this thing falls and crushes you to death, I have to get it on video, right?
The cameraman survived every time, bro.
If this fell and crushed you to death, would you be mad if I posted it online?
No, I would expect you to post it online, hombre.
That's what I figured he'd say. Remember when your good friend was crushed to death?
Fuck me, bro. The vertigo when you look up at that. I'm a little hesitant to actually go inside or touch the structure at all,
Yeah, I wouldn't, maybe.
but I'll get close.
Yeah. For the thumbnail.
And I'll show my wife this clip, Bryar.
Yeah, it's big.
Bottle in there. And responsibility to remove the trash. Oh, wow. There's enough room inside the smokestack if I crawl in there to be inside. Okay. I'm doing it a favor. What do you think, buddy? You can veto this. Or a snake?
That would suck.
Ooh, here's what I'll do. You're going under with me. So this is what the interior entrance is to this big fucking tower. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys get a look. Go where no man can. Save me from a damn snake bite. Oh shit. Any bats, y'all? Wow. You see this giant pile of rocks and this rebar in the way? There's no ghosts in Lee Hunt Ghost Town, but there is a Goliath, a beast, a giant, and it is this fucking smokestack. You know what's kind of giving right now with all the cement around us?
Huh.
It's giving like fucking Aragon. What does he say? My king. What does he say? One does not simply ghost hunt in Lee Hunt. One does not simply walk into Lee Hunt to ghost. What else does he say?
Oh.
I'll just go down first. It's his turn. You guys remember the scene with the fucking cave troll?
That's not very
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's actually you're my favorite. Okay, the awkward shuffle is not as heroic, but it is safe.
Fall.
Who the fuck wants to fall on this shit, bro? Exciting. See this goes and walk right into the spider web, guys. Another one. Hey. What the fuck?
Very nice of you to go first so that you take all the spiders and I can just walk behind you.
You gotta understand, man, dude, this fucking spider web is making me...
You're suicidal. You're suicidal. You're suicidal.
Christ. Don't leave trash places. I'll personally destroy you and everything you've ever loved with mental energy.
This was the Halloween special. This is actually the anti-littering special.
This is the anti-littering special. This ghost town ended up being freaking Death Stranding walking simulator. Guys, we gotta get over the creek. That's when the ladder comes out. Bam! You guys have seen the game.
Is that one going to be in the video too, that reference?
If we still have light, then you can see me, and you can see that that is the exit. We have conquered Lee Hunt, and now we are leaving. Lee Hunt, Kansas. What did we think?
It's very interesting. I wasn't scared. I don't think I was expecting to be, though.
No, ghost towns aren't like haunted mansions. They're not really ghost related, but
No.
you do get to see some cool stuff. I personally enjoy cemeteries, so it was a cool
Yeah.
walk, but I'd describe it as walking simulator. Lee Hunt,
Yeah.
you know, it's a little inaccessible. I'd recommend if somebody went that they call the local county and try to get an escort up there, because it'll just be a better drive. You'll get all the pictures probably, and you'll be able to check out a cemetery. If not, pack up, unless you really want to hike. It's not that bad. It wasn't too bad, but
The old like factory building that was there and all of the cement foundations and stuff, it was cool.
that was
I mean,
cool.
I really liked the structures and the arches, and it's like I was saying to you, it's interesting to wonder what all of those foundations were. like, because obviously there was the big factory and all of that stuff, and that
Yes.
seemed to be something industrial. But all like walking up, there was a bunch of just like cement foundations and foundation razors that we can't have known without some kind of recording, like what each of those things were. And so it is kind of interesting to walk through and to see those, and just kind of wonder what it did look like before it got all overgrown and tore down and overgrown.
I'm gonna plug in some pictures. I think there was actually some pictures when I was doing research, so I'm gonna. But I think all that's left is the cement foundation, so we didn't see much of what was in the pictures except for the smokestack. Now, I think the smokestack probably looked a whole lot different in its day.
There's just like a big chunk missing out of it, like it had fallen. It was all dilapidated, and
Yeah.
we kind of jokingly, when we were approaching it, we were like,
It was pretty sketchy looking. It
It's
looked pretty fucked up.
kinda
I've seen
dangerous,
silos
you
get
know.
destroyed. It's a pretty nasty scene.
yeah, and
Just like,
fun.
besides that, it's pretty kept. You know, it's been a long time since I've seen people come out here and explore. But somebody's out here keeping it up. You know, it's not forgotten.
Yeah.
There's a cemetery there that's respected.
Yeah, it looked
And
like
that's
it had
pretty
been
nice.
mowed.
It's a good place to
Like
honor.
the grass had been mowed of the cemetery recently.
Yeah.
I mean, like within the
So-
last week or two.
We went. We didn't get anything that we didn't expect going in. It didn't blow any minds, but it was pretty sick. But for Lee Hunt's sake, no ghosts, or at least not. You know, we didn't go at nighttime and try to do a seance or something. So, but
That's true. Yeah, so this isn't a ghost story, but it is
not a ghost story.
paranormal in a way, for sure.
Unexplainable.
So I was driving home one night in the dark from visiting my friends and my girlfriend at the time. And it was it's like a 2-hour drive, and I had got a late start, and it was dark by the time I was home, and I was about 20 minutes away from being home, taking, you know, kind of county roads and things like that. And it's not completely dark, but it's that time of night where it's dusk. And I was driving and coming up to this turn, this curve, and I saw something over in like the wood line, and it looked, I had to do a double take because I couldn't make sense of what I was looking at. It was,
You gotta do a double take. Everything's normal, and then you're like, what?
well, you know, you're driving,
Yeah.
you zone out, you're scanning the road, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm driving past it and trying to look, and it looks like, you know how a buffalo, like a bison, has like kind of a weird mane?
Yeah.
Like it's all
A lot of
woolly.
head,
It's
a lot
all
of
woolly.
fur.
It
lot
looked
of
like
wool.
like wool and fur of like a buffalo, but like 9 or 10 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
Like something big had a head like that. Like not big, buffalo are big, but I mean
It
something
was
like
big, it was big.
standing
Yeah,
tall,
Yeah.
you know, but had that kind of buffalo-esque like top to it. And I remember driving and kind of being freaked out and seeing it move back
Yeah.
into the tree line, and then something smacked into the back of my car as I was going, and I got
You heard
pushed.
it too, and you got pushed.
I got pushed. The car
physically.
got pushed, and I went off the side of the road into the shoulder. And I stopped, and my thought was, something just ran out and hit me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was also pretty sure I had just seen something frightening.
Right. Yeah. Front.
And so
It might be related.
my instinct was to not get out of my car.
Like it was
and to-
close enough to that you think it would have
I
seen
mean,
your approach.
If it, yeah,
It's-
no,
it's-
definitely. And, you know,
How'd it move back? Was it fast? Did it seem startled, or were you trying to like multitask.
don't know
'cause
if
you
I
were-
could tell exactly how it was moving. I saw something that didn't
Yeah,
make
I mean,
sense.
once you're moving fast, like,
Yeah,
you don't understand when you're driving 35 miles an hour.
I
it's
was
like
going probably
you
45
blink
or 50.
50,
you
so
know.
then you blink, and it's like almost 100
And I'm coming up
yards.
and I see it, and I look and it looks weird, so I double take, and then I see it move.
Yeah.
And so then I'm really
Then
like,
you hear
whoa!
the
And at that point,
crunk.
I'm about to drive past where it is,
Yeah.
and looking back to
That's the
see
thing,
what's
too,
going on.
With
and,
headlights, you stop seeing it at some point
yeah,
when you get closer.
Exactly. And then
you felt
something
the
hitting
thud.
my car and me pulling off. I just like, in that moment, I just freaked out, and so I just drove home. And then
That'd be fucked up.
when I got home,
Did you pull over when
I
you
had
first
to.
got hit?
Yeah,
You just were freaked out.
I got pushed into the
Yeah.
shoulder, like
Oh,
I had to
right.
stop.
Yeah. And that's when you saw the dent right then?
Well, I didn't know because I didn't get out of my car.
Oh.
I didn't want to. So I drove
I'd be
home.
pretty frightened.
I drove home and got out and looked at the back of my car, and it was all dented, and the tail light was cracked.
Pretty hefty. No blood, though?
No blood, nothing
See,
like
that's
that.
wild. If it did that much damage, that was a small animal. You get fur and shit.
Well, and that's what I mean.
Deer
That's why I'm like, if it were a deer or something,
Maybe it threw something.
there'd maybe be some.
Maybe something was thrown.
There'd
That's-
maybe be some blood or fur or something, especially in like the cracked tail
Where's the-
light. You know, you'd think.
Google. Where's the nearest Bigfoot sighting? Is there a notorious Bigfoot sighting nearby?
I
In this
don't.
part of Kansas,
You know, and I
Missouri?
looked up. I looked up
Putting
the
this
area,
picture.
and like cryptids, and
Yeah.
you know, I even like I told my brother, and he was all, you know, like, well, what could it be? And he was into the whole like look up cryptids,
Yeah.
and he's like, you said it looked like a buffalo. Look up like Kansas buffalo man cryptid.
Kansas Buffalo.
And I'm like,
man.
I don't think I've ever heard of that before.
Well,
and
this
looked
would
it
be
up.
like Bigfoot adjacent. Big furry guy that's all just under Bigfoot, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, this thing was big, and I mean, like the thing
a
that's
firm-
especially
yeah.
jarring to me is like you hear stories of Bigfoot, and you typically hear that he's what, like
I have no
8
idea.
feet tall.
There's somewhere he's massive and small.
Yeah, this
But
I feel like he had to have been taller than that.
damn.
Even
Like really fucking big.
like I'm saying like 8 foot, maybe the minimum height of what he
Yeah.
was, but I would guess closer to like 10 or 12 even. And I was,
Me, bro. I'd
it
be
was very
fucking
odd.
frightened.
It was. That's why it's like,
Hold up, cut back to Bryar's deathly fear of giant animals.
yeah.
To be fair, that's fucked up.
And you know, I've been driving on the road at night and had a deer run into the side of
Yeah.
my car, and I immediately,
It's similar, but
pull over and get out, assess the damage, see if
but
the
you were a
deer
little
is there.
frightened. But here's
You
the
know,
thing.
and that's fine. But then this happened, and I was so frightened.
with deer too. Every time you've looked, there's always hair. There's always blood.
Yeah.
Maybe not always blood, but there's always hair.
Yes.
Hair gets in every part. And there's
Yeah.
no hair.
No.
That makes you think: was something thrown? Was something moved? Was it a foot? Was it intentional?
Yeah, it was like, was the back of my car like backhanded off the side of the road? Or,
What?
You know, that was-
Stone
yeah.
Cold Steve Austin.
no,
What?
it was a very odd experience. And I remember I got home, I texted my friend, one of my best friends, told him, you know, I was like, dude, I was on my way back, and I swear, and I told him the story, and he just did not believe me. I called my girlfriend. I was like, hey, craziest thing just happened to me. She did not believe me. I tell Mike, and he starts telling me all these crazy theories, and you know how it's like
know-
definitely true,
yes.
and all of this
Look,
stuff.
there's a lot of things. Bigfoot is interdimensional. Do your research.
Bigfoot is a fairy.
But the rest of the variety show is packed full of us talking about cryptids and talking about bad costumes. So you'll get plenty of that. But
Yeah.
I think we had a good trip. Bye.
Peace.